Hi, I'm Dr. Keith Graham from the School of Teacher Education at National Taiwan Normal University. Welcome to my office hours. In a recent video, I made a comment that most YouTube videos are not comprehensible in English for most students in Taiwan. Yet, teachers show them in their classes anyway. Of course, one solution to this comprehensibility issue is to put on Chinese subtitles, which I discussed in a previous video on this channel linked above. But of course, by doing so, students are focusing on the Chinese and not paying any attention to the English. This does not fulfill one goal of bilingual class: to provide students with comprehensible input. So what should you do if you want the best of both worlds? The rich visuals of a video with English that's comprehensible? That is the topic of today's question from one of my students. The student asks, how can I use content-related YouTube videos in my classroom if students' English proficiency is low? There are 3 steps to the process I will share today. First, preview the task. Second, narrate the video. And third, check the task. The first step is to preview the task. If you are going to use a video in your class, there should always be a task associated with that video. The task can make it clear to learners exactly what they should focus on when watching. Of course, just having a task is not necessarily sufficient for success. Students can also benefit from having a guided preview of that task. Think back to your own English class experience. Before doing a listening activity, your English teacher likely directed you to read the questions first before listening. Essentially, I'm recommending that you mimic that same procedure. Once you have done that, it is now time to watch the video. But as we previously discussed, the English in many content-related YouTube videos, it's typically not comprehensible for many students. So what's the solution? Turn off the sound. That's right. I'm recommending that you just put the video on mute. And then with that sound turned off, you can narrate what is happening in the video using English your students will understand. You can think about this strategy like a parent reading a picture book to their child. When I'm reading stories with my 2-year-old son, we look at the pictures together and I describe what is happening. Bilingual teachers can take a similar approach when they are showing videos in their class. An alternative to the teacher describing the video is that the teacher can ask students questions about what they are seeing, using simple yes, no, or choice questions. Again, this resembles a lot like what I do with my son. With some pictures, I'll ask him what he sees in the picture, or ask him to tell me what a character is doing. Through the pictures, I engage my son in the story-making process. And I recommend that bilingual teachers can similarly engage their students in the knowledge construction process. By taking this approach, students can benefit from the visuals and the content provided in the video, while at the same time receiving comprehensible English input, and perhaps even having opportunities for English output. However, if you take this approach, you may need to pause the video periodically. But frankly, I see that as a positive. Playing videos in shorter segments is a general recommended practice for education, and this pausing will likely facilitate higher overall comprehension and engagement. The final step is to check the task after completing the video, making sure that students caught the key points that you hoped that they would learn. I believe by following this 3-step process, first preview the task, second narrate the video, and third check the task, you will have success with using YouTube videos in your bilingual classroom even when your students' language proficiency levels are low. Thank you for attending my office hours. If you have a question that you'd like me to answer on this channel, send me an email at kmgraham@ntnu.edu.tw. I'll see you next time.